Hello everyone and welcome back. Just did the raid because I wanted to experience them pretty much firsthand. Up. Oh. Okay, good. Just typing up a title and description for the two people who will actually watch this. Okay, I'm so sorry for the wait. We are ready to get started. Oh, Spain. Hundreds of years of torment. Okay, something people don't understand, okay? Like, there's a lot of underhanded, unwarranted hate towards Dawntrail, but one thing people don't understand is, like, the end where she goes, I don't want to do this, and then she continues doing it. She was a program, okay? Her original self would have probably never have done what that Speen did, but because of her programming, she couldn't overcome it. That's a tragedy. It's not a contradiction. That Speen had to sit there for hundreds of years, powerless to stop her programming, go against every single thing her original self stood for. And now we come across this Speen, who's going to come across a society who also goes against pretty much everything she stood against. Maybe not stood against. I think she'd want her people to live. Even if apparently she did grow despairing in the end, towards the end of her life. But A lot of people have commented on this, that when you do the dungeon, there's that part where we successfully got the queens and then it cuts off. It's a very complicated situation. You have a Speen who's clearly full evil programming. You have a Speen who's gonna be more or less her old self, unrestricted by the programming. I don't know if it'll be the real Speen or not. I somewhat doubt it, but either way, she's gonna come into a world that's A, completely different from the one that she left, and 2, will go against a lot of the principles that she held. I mean, she's gonna still want and wish the best for her people, but there's a society of people who have never known anything but the regulators. They're like children. They don't know how to handle the world without them. It's such a complicated... I'll have more to say on it in a bit, but... Krizina, your timing could not have been better. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share. Excellent. I nod. Excellent. We'll just wait for Lemon Tea. She should arrive shortly. No. Krizina, glad to see you here too. And speak of the devil, let's catch each other up, shall we? Right, I'll go first if nobody minds. I've been back to Tuliova and spoke with Kolna. I told them all about the records left by Gululja's mother, as well as Speen's reappearance. We decided that I should remain in the dome till things settle down more. But while in Gululja's garden, I'm also a foreign ruler. I have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling Alexandrian politics. That's all from me. As for the rest of us, we've been keeping track of this new Speen. She's been making regular appearances before the people. And each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much else about her remains a mystery, including why she's chosen to reveal herself now. On our end, we've confirmed that only those reign regulators have had their knowledge of Queen Speen's death altered. Someone must have tampered with devices to remove any and all memories of the event, though we haven't yet identified the perpetrator. Given recent events, Speen is the chief suspect. Many believe that Queen of Reason is alive and well. Remember her funeral as a memorial for those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this is proving confusing for those with more accurate recollections. We'll carry on with our investigation. I'll head to Earth and Sky now and coordinate with our people there. There's one other matter, the highlight of this gathering, I might say. We'd like you to meet a certain someone. By all means, where's this person now? In the break room, she is unwell, and Yishtola and Alize have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain. I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. The break room is at the end of the hallway through the door. We can go whenever you're ready. Okay, so before we continue, something people don't get. There's a lot of things about Dawntrail that people don't get. For example, in the Lay of Reeds, we see people using their own life force to allow crops to grow, but it's done in a way that's based on their belief and willingness to do so. In Living Memory, the Endless and the City is powered by the same force, except it only comes from one source and it doesn't have to be willing. There's not an unlimited amount of people, but there is an unlimited amount, quotation mark, of plants that will grow as long as people are willing them to grow. But if you kill a person, you know, that's it. Living Memory, the thing about Living Memory is that it can only exist as long as people die. It's not the whole... But the thing about that is that the people who supported Living Memory, grew up with Living Memory, and all that stuff, they don't think of it as death. So to them, we can see it for what it is. It is a place sustained by death. But they don't see it that way. And I mean, like, Valley Garmonda is pretty much a point-for-point allusion to Alexandria's plight. It's a massive force of nature that threatens civilization, contained by an etheric force field, ice, or the dome, whatever you want to call it. And I mean, Living Memory is situated really high up in the atmosphere of Alexandria. Warkor Zamor is the highest point of the source, just like how Living Memory is the highest point of Alexandria. And it is a place where both places are a place where the memories of those who are past are preserved forever. Okay? So that's another illusion of Tuliolo versus Alexandria, but implemented in completely different ways. I mean, another one. The Lay of Repast. One of the scenes involved Gulul Jaja talking about why they shouldn't fight each other. And he introduces Kenton Ram, and then he introduces them as someone from across the sea. Initially, everyone gathered couldn't believe that someone had crossed over the sea, right? But then Gulul Jaja asked, what if he was an invader? He's already crossed the sea, and has demonstrated that he has a level of technology far superior to theirs. If he had come in as an invader and not as an explorer, how would they be able to fight him? By themselves? Divided? Versus technology they can't possibly beat by themselves? Of course not. But if they worked together, they could do it, right? That was his proposal for peace. He knows everyone has strengths and weaknesses, but that those strengths and weaknesses can be covered by each other. Even if the invading force was extraordinarily and extremely technologically advanced, with cooperation and negotiation and all that stuff, you could fight off virtually anything. And that's what happened. Alexandria invaded, and the people of Tuliolo united together, made allies with another nation even, and they fought off the invaders, the highly advanced invaders, right? But I mean, while everything that happens in one side tends to be an illusion for the other, one of the things that Dawntrail is about is understanding, and then applying that understanding to future situations. If you pay attention to the trials, each of them, Woklama learns something from each trial, and then she later applies it to other ones. She learns about how not to upfront all the information all at once, because then it may make people disinclined to help you. But if you kind of... When she convinced Speen to give her a tour of the city, the original Woklama would not have approached it the way that she did. Woklama purposely made Speen give us more information without giving away any information of her own about her own country. Because you'll notice, any information about Tuliyola we give is extraordinarily superficial. But all the information we are given is about fundamentally about how her entire nation works. Speen and the souls. When we first go inside the rebel base, one of the members, I think it was the Rogadin, when we said I think it was Alizé, he said like the regulators were like, sounds horrible or whatever. He is a rebel fighting against the government, but he chided Alizé for making assumptions about how unnatural it was without knowing the circumstances that made them have to resort to it in the first place. I'm sure he has his reservations about the regulators, especially now, but the point is, we came in there, we immediately recoiled at something we thought was horrifying, but they go, you don't understand why we even had to use them, so you shouldn't fully judge it just based on that, right? Because again, Dawntrail is a lot of Dawntrail is about understanding different perspectives. And yes, the regulators are horrible in a sense, and we've come back to reaffirming that opinion especially after learning more, but we made that opinion after we learned more. And this Speen, like I said before, there was a Speen that they used the consciousness of. They created her into an endless, and then for 500 plus years, however long it's been, hundreds of years bare minimum, that Speen has been sitting there internally. What's the saying? I have no mouth and I must scream. That was literally Speen for these hundreds of years. Internally, she was screaming, but she had no mouth from which to say how she really felt. The real Speen would have never have done this, would have never have committed genocide to save her people, would have never invaded another world to save her people. This I truly believe. I truly, genuinely believe this, but the programming forces her to do that. Forces her against her will, against everything she stood for. Forces her to do that. This new Speen that we encountered is the exact opposite of it. It's just the programming, it looks like. And the third Speen we met, I don't know if it's the real one or not. I don't know. We're about to find out more. But this is the one who's going to walk into a world completely different from everything she's ever known and see the people that she tried to save desperately become something so alien, sacrificing others to make sure that they can live comfortable lives, erasing someone's soul just to bring back one person, sustaining memories by using the souls of the departed and erasing them from existence. I don't know how she's going to handle that. I don't think Dawntrail is presented entirely in the best way, but a lot of people are there's the transphobic group of people who are gaslighting everyone and making underhanded little comments to start arguments. And then there's people who are stupid and wouldn't understand nuance if it hit them in the head, which it has. And then there's people who genuinely are able to look at the flaws, the many flaws of Dawntrail, and be like, okay, yeah, I can see this didn't work, and I can see what they're doing with this, but they could have been presented way better, or this could have been paced better. Not enough people of the third category, unfortunately. But one thing I think a lot of people in general miss is just the level of nuance in the story that people are just skimming over because in their rush to be critical or whatever. Like, the whole thing about Living Memory and Warcore Zamor being the same place, but so different from each other, especially in how they preserve the memories of everyone. It's as haunting as it gets. And a lot of people don't see that. But I think the story's gonna pick up a lot. And I don't think it's gonna be in a good way too. I think it's gonna get very dark. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I miss my bunny MILF too. Oh boy. Surprise face.
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is.
Please explain.
Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return.
Oh shit, the genuine article.
Of a soul. We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now.
Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis. Ishtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with epoxy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Fiend was created.
Jeez.
The original Queen Sphene of Alexandria.
But how?
What? But how can that be possible?
Asians.
The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
That's what we were told.
I died. Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia? And who are you people? Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself.
Alize being the voice of reason.
Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphene of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrobe.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
He's trolling the Australian ratings board. Brave woman.
In that dark room, there was an electric casket designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis.
Did they keep her in stasis so they could create copies of her if they needed to? Jesus Christ.
Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down. That was where you were kept, in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom. For 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
What would Otis do if you were here? What can I do? The original Queen Sphene. We'll tell her what she wants to know, then we'll decide what we need to do. We turned up her chamber when we switched to Meso Terminal. It's safe to say none of us had anticipated this development. To wake up alone in this feature, seemingly by no choice of your own, you can hardly blame her for reacting how she did. The treatment may have been effective, but the road ahead for her remains uncertain. I do not believe that you're lying. So please, tell me everything that has happened. Everything. Very well. But let us do so with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I'd like more of us to assist, it isn't practical to gather everyone, so I'll summon Grahat, Tia, and Kra for now. Exposition done. Oh, jeez.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Y'shtola and Alisei's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale. I know not how to repay them, not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
I'm not picking that first option.
She's known those two for a long time. You can trust in her judgment. Besides, you helped to prove that their treatment works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long.
But we have matters to attend to.
So very long. I steeled myself, having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene?
Oh, his thinking face.
Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Great idea! There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes.
There's beauty
That
even
said,
in darkness.
there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
We may not agree with the use of regulators.
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm.
But as was pointed out, the regulators came out because they needed something. Everyone was dead. What else could you do? There's still some beauty.
Truly, I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamot.
I would say we're cyberpunk now, but that was kind of 7.0. Thank you as well, Kazina, for your kindness. The Endless Sphene, you knew her, did you not? It may take some time for both of us to come to terms with the situation, myself especially, but I recognize that I must. I may still be out there, but the world I knew is gone. Before heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit among the items Shell's prepared for me, I believe. If you would wait outside, I should only need a moment. Alright, take your time. Is that a vending machine even in here? I really like Shell.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Oh
Oh,
my
really suits you.
god. Hi.
I had much the same impression. I had only ever worn skirts, you see. But it seems appropriate for a new beginning.
I cannot believe Shale.
A moment before you head out.
Shale, I like you even more.
Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction.
I need her outfit. That's all I can
But what do
think
you
of.
think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Sphene.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Wait. Sphene gave Wuklama a tour of Alexandria in Solution 9. And now Wuklama and us are gonna give Queen Sphene a tour of Alexandria in Solution 9.
Good idea.
That's crazy.
We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
That's crazy how things come full circle. Lady wants to talk with Lemon Tea, so while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can from here. Is there any place that interests you? There are so very many, I can't begin to decide where to begin. Then why don't we let Christina choose? There are lots of different shops at the Nexus arcade selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The endless Spain game, cuisine, and lemon tea at two of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. In Castle Town, I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like that lady is doing now with Book of the Mile. If you tune to the Late 09, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9. It makes it easy to get around. Ether currents, yes, we had the same in my time. When the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. And after the war, the etheric balance across the entire world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, active teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. It's disheartening to see them available again for the use of one and all. In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get mass jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. I'm sure how I feel about regulators' treatment of souls as a resource. See? I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I never wish to forget my parents, Otis, Zelina. I want to remember them all, though I'm reluctant to impose my personal beliefs on others, though. The lady talking about it too. Just came back from Tiliolo. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindborn. The operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually the tracks were removed entirely. To see a railroad that now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with Alexandria the aggressor. In continuing to strive for place, Tuliola's leaders have shown great magnanimity, and I can't help but be moved. The joy of spying stars between fake gaps and the clouds is absent here, but 'tis a fine thing to be sheltered from the thunder and rain. Thanks for your help, Christian. I hope Queen Speen, just Speen, will feel at home one day. Sorry about that, got a little carried away with the conversation. It's alright, Christine and I were told her about the places we could see from here. Really? That's great. Right then, why don't we take a stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. We've been working for a while, so let's rest our feet, eh? Drinks are on me. Spain, Christina, two of you go ahead and order first.
So many different drinks. I can't decide. Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Of course. I should warn you though. Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well? Two Dali coffees then. The beans make for dark roasts that are quite aromatic. I find the sharp flavor invigorating, though a dash of milk can be a wonderful complement.
So she had this back then.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people.
Music, where did you go?
But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all. The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in.
Oh, Spain.
Your Majesty, is that you?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene, though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are. How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now, we're going home.
Bye, not Queen Sphene.
Kids.
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed,
I have noticed.
I am happy. I am.
She is.
For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain.
She is extremely self-deprecating. Even the endless Spain, before the programming took over, was like that. She would have these bouts where she would look incredibly sad. And then she would say something like this after saying something else incredibly. 400 years as an endless, unable to go against your programming.
even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
Forgive me something. Still, I feel better having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. I'm sorry for not being much of a guide. I don't usually get approached this often. It's quite alright. The people have been through so much. It's only natural for them to seek out comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Krazina. I appreciate your understanding. Right then, where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus Arcade, but it could probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on True View. Oh my god. Oh, what happened? He was this way when we arrived. He looks pale. We need to find a place for him to rest. Thank you. I was on my way to attend some business when the memory of being killed here came flooding back. The danger's past, I know, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I've offered others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. Well, that's dark. Try as I might, I can't shake this fear. My courage has completely deserted me. Rally! Thank you, I feel better already. Your encouragement was exactly what I needed. But where are my manners? Another person named after stone. My name is Malachite, and I am an usher. An usher? They're the ones who come to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect your duties have changed. That's correct. We no longer tend to the dying. It's only after they've passed away in their family's care that we convey their remains to a government storage facility. Storage facility? What for? Henceforth, we must inter the deceased. As the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. I didn't know. I heard there'd be graveyards over by the submerged city, but like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Do you have usher duties? If so, we could help. I'm not actually here in official capacity, so I'm loath to trouble you further, but since you asked, I shall explain why I've come. I've taken to delivering the personal effects of the departed to the families. Even though their memories have been entrusted to the cloud, I still remember where they once lived. The rules that dispose of any belongings, to do anything else was strictly forbidden, but it saddened me to see them discarded like waste, so I began secreting away what I could. Of course, I understood that not everyone shares my sentiments, and I leave it to the families to decide what to do with the items. Some accept my deliveries, and others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say, but I feel the families should be given the choice. Oh, they didn't have it before then. It's important to think about what people leave to us. I want to help. Do you want to help too, Christina? Deliveries happen to be my specialty. I'm truly grateful. Now there are 4 items to be delivered here in the recreation zone. I'll leave them in your care. In the meantime, I'll head to residential sector and to make deliveries there. After you finish, please meet me back here. I'd like to know the family's reaction. You know, there have been people in Tuliolo who have had similar episodes due to the trauma of the siege. Would you mind if I went with Malachite, just to keep an eye on him? Only if you can handle his deliveries without me, of course. It's fine, it's fine. I'm sure you'll be happy for the company. So there are 4 items in total to deliver. Right, 3 people for Tree View and someone for over by the Neon Stein. Let's visit them in that order. Might I trouble you to do the talking, Christina? I fear my voice may betray my identity. Lead the way, we'll be right behind you. People around Trueview seem scary at first, but most of them are really kind. When I see someone pass on the street now, I worry if they'll be alright. The way the buildings are on the road reminds me of the old castle town. Lively as it is here, I can see why Oblivion can blend in. Is there something you need? So Malsite sent you. He was very considerate when he offered to bring me the keepsake. He stressed I didn't have to accept it if I felt uncomfortable. I can see why some would say no, but I couldn't do that. I wanted something that belonged to my parents, who understand that I'll never see again. Having spare souls is what saved us from the inevitable. That's always been the case. But now I find myself wondering about this and that, like how much longer I could afford to muck around with my brothers. But I won't bore you with my ramblings. Thank you for bringing the keepsake, and give my regards to Malsite. Never guess what that key turned up the other day. Oh, you brought the keepsake. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this, hoping to help me remember, but no such luck, it seems. The owner is dead, and they'll never become one of these endless queens Bean tells us about. It's a sad thought. Even so, I'm not sure I want to become endless myself. If they're made by putting your memories into a new body made of ether, doesn't that mean you yourself still have to die first? The thought of not having to worry about souls was appealing, so I was happy to receive a neo-regulator, but I've only had doubts since then. If Queen Speen herself recommends it, I want to believe all will be well, but still. Sorry, I need to clear my head. She did have a black neo-regulator. Oh, hello. Do I know you? I have a feeling. So this is the keepsake. Truth be told, I've been wavering as to whether or not I should accept it. I mean, it belonged to someone that died. I guess it got me thinking of what we did to Tuliolo. I didn't even know we'd killed so many other people, not until the funeral. What if they decided to retaliate? Lamenti, Wuklama would never do that. She and everyone in Tuliolo know that my father was to blame for the attack, not the Alexandrian people. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you speak ill of your father. It's just I can't stop worrying about death, and hearing that we're running out of neo-regulators makes it worse. I don't know what to do anymore. That's everyone in Trueview. Let's go to Neonstadt. So you can purchase beverages from these machines. That's wonderful. I've always believed that technology should be developed for the benefit of the people. Ganalt's favorite energy tonic is a special formula, not like the ones they sell here. I wanted to try one, but Shale wouldn't let me. This last person is the one who's going to react badly. You talking to me? Oh, I thought they would. Okay. Oh, right, this. I can't say it stirs any memories. You know, you look familiar yourself. Where do I know you from? Yeah, I know, you're the angry dude. Of course. You're the unenhanced challenger. No, champion. I can't stress how incredible it is what you've achieved without using feral souls. It's a genuine honor to meet you, though not for the first time, I realize. Yeah, you're the jerk. It was at the fusion station in the government sector, and it wasn't my finest moment, as you might recall. You're the one who yelled at Speen to her face. Oh! I apologize, Dana. I was so desperate then. I wasn't thinking straight. Anyway, seeing as we're meeting properly now, the name's Lithhandel. I used to find the Arcadian, but not anymore. I took Queen Speen's words to heart and found a new job, wondering where I could put my knowledge of physical conditioning to use. As you know, lots of people were badly hurt when mechanical soldiers malfunction. I've been assisting with the rehabilitation. It's not something I ever imagined myself doing, but here we are. Now many people can help others like you can. I think it's great what you're doing. Thanks. It's encouraging to hear that. There's this fellow who has to learn how to walk all over again. Becoming endless would solve his problems, but he's determined to overcome them the hard way, with the body he's got. Seeing that gave me newfound appreciation for my own body. It's a gift from my parents, a sturdy thing that survived the arena, and I need to take better care of it. I'm the only blue-scaled hobigo besides my father. Lemon once told me that. I don't know how my father felt about it. There are times where it hurts to think about the things we share. Still, I don't want to lose that. Even if I could look the same as an endless, I would never throw away this body. Most people find it hard to do so, I imagine. Just the thought makes me feel uncomfortable about the whole becoming endless affair. But I need to get back to work. It was nice talking to you, and thanks for the delivery. Select your fucking award. I believe that takes care of the delivers. Thank you for taking charge, Christina. From what I've seen and heard, 'tis plain that people held their queen in high regard, and the stimulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come on, let us report to Mouselight. He should be back at the north of recreation zone. Okay, I have a feeling we're gonna need to buckle in after this, so I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. Oh. Done with the deliveries, we've just gone back ourselves. Thank you for your assistance. With every delivery you had planned today is accounted for. The reactions were mixed. While some were glad, others decided did not want the items after all. Everyone accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember the keepsake's owner, and another couldn't stop worrying about their own death. I see. It's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with reminders of loss. Of late, I've come to believe that we are each to some of the moments we shared with our loved ones. And when they passed away and we lost our memories of those people, we lost a part of ourselves. It's a thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the part are no longer entrusted to the cloud, I wish those that are already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. Thank you. My thanks again for your aid. Malasight speaks true. Our memories are what defines us. They form the path we walked on to be where we are. My endless self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning. But I cannot become like her more so than she can become like me. For once our paths diverged, so did our past lives and experience. That's true. Even if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. The end of Spain was one possibility. A version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. Beginning to come to terms with the fact that I did, though. Oh, I knew it. She's looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this. We might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? There's a strange feeling pursuing one's spitting image. Where does she want us to go, I wonder? It's my first time seeing the simulant. Though she smiled, something about her scared me. Yeah, that was a creepy smile! The simulant headed into the street over there. The neon sign is that way. Let's hurry. Oh boy.
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Oh shit!
Hey, are you alright?
Did they just give me the...
So she didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
Oh, man, I hate this
Obtain
bitch.
Precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
I know that voice. You there! Yes, you! We have important business with you.
Oh,
We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
oh my god, what is this blackmail? Her voice actor is so good. You don't have a life.
Now that you mention it, the other way around may have been more appropriate. If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments.
So this is an endless spin with
'Twas
none
for
of the
that
original.
reason, you know, that the previous me created the endless.
What?
I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an endless.
Yeah, I know
even
that.
though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it. And sure enough, she did just that.
See, this is what I mean. A programmed to do what they're supposed to do. Her original self brought along screaming because she has no choice. Don't.
I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry. Alas, we are naught more than pawns, pieces in his grand design.
Don't.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew.
That.
And I doubt
Yeah.
many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you!
Someone.
You're speaking to me. Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution. Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical
You want to
limit.
force it.
It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
Yep.
Calyx! You're Calyx,
Okay,
aren't you?
that's not. Never mind. I don't know who that is.
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrope technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our
Supposedly.
people.
If he wanted to cure it, he would have.
Calyx, you always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the
Get
one
this
who
bitch
made
out of
you
here.
Queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Hit her where it hurts, you asshole.
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
New evil guy music. Okay. Yikes. I'm high alright. Forgive me, I was once able to use healing spells, but my long slumber appears to have... Where the fuck did these people find me? Oh my god, does she become a scion? Can you become a scion? Can you become a party member? But my long slumber seems to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless. Perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. Alexandria has no need for Queen Speen. It is the Queen of Reason, my endless counterpart, that they love. Though it is hard to accept, is nevertheless the truth. I must find a new way to serve. You're not alone, and together we can get through anything. Well said, and it just so happens there's something only you can do right this moment. Let's start with Calyx. What can you tell us about him? He was a prodigy who specialized in the field of electro and made his mark during the Storm Surge. He even basked in the admiration of his peers. He struggled with an illness he'd had from birth, which left him with precious little time to live. For him to still be here 4 centuries on, I think it's safe to assume that he too has become an endless. I see. While we're somewhat familiar with preservation, I never imagined we'd cross paths with one of them like this. You know about preservation? We do. They're supposed to have created Everkeep's core system as well as the endless speen. Did they? All while I was slumbering? The members of Oblivion have spent a lot of time investigating preservation. We should head back to the back room and tell them what happened. I still need her outfit. Worried about the ambush. You seem to have weathered it well, but try to avoid straining yourself, do you hear me? You telling me that? I think Krau's parents were once members of preservation. We've given others a summary, but we can wait for the details if we need some rest. The sign might yet yield some clues.
We've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Sphen, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed, eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution, 'tis plain that man's very existence would be forever changed.
Say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone says, could he have been the one who erased everyone's memories of Endless Sphen's death?
So, he saw the end of his world, and then saw what happened when even such a smaller population had to try and survive. He curated all of it, seemingly. That's my impression. And the result from everything he's seen is that humanity has to change if they're going to survive in any capacity. He seems apathetic, but he mentioned the loss of, what was it, like intelligence, knowledge, or skills, capabilities of people who died due to pointless things, or famine.
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives.
Though Calix has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his
He doesn't
actions
seem
will further this
to
agenda
care
remains
that we know his
unclear.
goal.
That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear to entice them to become endless.
Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. Nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish to do what I can for those who believe in their queen.
Spain.
Although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then I would truly have no place here.
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but I've found something interesting.
Dungeon time?
When I analyzed the sign that Calix appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a
Right, there would have
terminal
only been one
used
signal
only by
active.
preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
The what?
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
The old castle is inside this tower.
That
It's an
seems
ideal
crazier
place for
things.
preservation to conceal the terminal, I must say. Having existed since the storm surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calix, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead.
I've had enough
What
of
do you think, my
traps.
friend? No, we cannot. We must learn exactly what he is plotting.
Evolution of mankind is fine and all.
If you're set on this course of action, I'll work on getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
Please, let me come with you. I may not possess any special skills, but I know the castle better than any. So please.
All right. If that's what you want, then we go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
Dungeon, dungeon, dungeon. trial. See, I sort of mentioned this earlier. Calyx determines how many will become endless, but leaves the choice of who in the hands of the people. Is this his idea of fairness, or does he simply not care? Perhaps he considers all to be worthy of salvation. Oh, but it's too early for such speculation. My point earlier was that, like, it was odd. Like, he has his quote-unquote evil plot, right? But this evil plot he willingly divulges, and he tells him about his end goals, and he mentions that he thinks it's a loss that people die, especially people who might be able to contribute. It's not like he's odd. I can't quite put my finger on him. There's just something different about him from other people. Thank you for allowing me to accompany you. It may take time to find my place in New Alexandria, but I will, slowly but surely. Shale's eager to get on with it. Right, I believe we've plotted a viable route to the Foundation sector. As we don't have much information in the area, I'll come along and gather geographic data on site. You can leave the navigating to me. I'll stay behind this time, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Oblivion is fortunate to have a capable adapter like you, Cooljaw. And no matter what the future holds, your knowledge of Electro is bound to serve you well. Aww. With such dependable support here, we may embark on our mission. Come, let's head to the lift in the government sector. You know, it'd be cool if that car guy, Arcadian guy, helped us. I didn't even realize this area was here. There's no direct lift with Foundation sector, so I'll have to transfer on another way. If you take the wrong lift, we'll end up in the wrong sector, so be sure to follow her instructions. According to Shaljaw's records, the tower is divided into inner and outer sections below Origenics. The castle is at the heart of the inner section. So upon arriving at the Foundation sector, we need to make our way inwards. Christina, take this communicator with you. It's haven't modified the tracking coordinates, so I'll be guiding you as I collect data. Sounds like we're all set. Let's get going. The Underkeep now accessible. Man, that's...
There are beasts ahead of you. They must have gotten in and made themselves at home. Access hatch nearby that leads inside. Look for an opening. deal with it to continue on. Destruction was apparently a constant battle against the rising water level. Even during the war, the people labored to maintain the castle. It meant a lot to them. It's upsetting to think that preservation's terminal is in this place.
Hold on. Someone's jumped.
So, you have come. Let us measure your strength. That was hardly a challenge, I see. You will show me more. I bid you press on.
I love this music.
You are untroubled thus far, but I have something that may test you yet. Still lack sufficient data. Very well. To see how you perform against this. This machine has long guarded these crumbling walls. Let us introduce more weaponry. Let us see what this is. Perhaps a new approach to assess your adaptability. Still alive. How unfortunate. For you to die here, it would save me trouble later. I'm beginning to understand how you were able to defeat Queen Eternal.
Oh, Jesus. I practically fell asleep like that.
That will do. We have enough to proceed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Recolor. Guess I actually won that for once. Now, what did you want exactly?
Calyx was measuring our strength. Is that why he contrived to lead us here?
It looks like we've cleared away the machines and beasts. Who knows what else he might have in store. From here on out, Sveen and Shale will move with us. Let's find that terminal and stay alert for more threats.
Before my illness left me bedridden, I used to walk through here on my way to watch Otis and Zelenia train.
I'm assuming Zelenia is the trial.
You knew Otis, if I'm not mistaken. Zelenia was his second in command in the Royal Knights of Alexandria. Oh, how I loved to see the two of them spar. I once dreamed of fighting by their side, so I studied the magical arts under my tutor. But when I was 15, the storm surge broke out, and both my father and mother passed away. As the new queen, I was forbidden from taking to the battlefield, for our nation would fracture had I died without a successor. Though in the end I could barely move. I regret that I didn't go out there and fight. At least while I still could. My endless self lamented not being able to protect the realm with benevolence. 'Tis a feeling
400
to which I can
years
relate.
she lamented that.
Sphene.
She was a program.
Ah, forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to darken the mood.
Yeah, there's the
Come,
Sphene we know.
let us press on.
See what I mean? Something depressing followed by sorry or... And I know she's being genuine.
This is one big castle, though. How far does this hallway go? Do you know, Sphene? What?
What the?
What? What happened?
This looks like a lot like a place for a trial. Replicating the original throne room.
Oh, it seems our guest brought company. So this was your doing? It was. We installed a teleporter that is triggered by the presence of the key, you see? Ah, I'm afraid etheric transmissions cannot penetrate the walls of the throne room. It will take your friends a good while to find you.
I confess the Valia Pira did not suffice to assess your capabilities. So I shall try something else. You are free to use anything at your disposal. The better you fight, the more accurate my data. Attaining a precise measure of your strength, that is the most expeditious way to reclaim the key to which you so stubbornly cling.
Ah.
Ah, noble Zelenia, dashing as ever. These villains mean to do us harm. Strike them down, I bid you. What? This machine is Zelenia! Indeed it is. We couldn't preserve her memories while she lived. So
I hate her.
She has been reconstructed from our
I hate her
recollections of her.
animations. Like, they're so just evil.
The endless me being created in answer to the earnest desires of Alexandrians. That I can accept. But to twist the memories of those I held dear and treat them as playthings. This disgrace I cannot abide! Loath though I am to comply with their demands, this monstrosity must be destroyed. Not least of all for Zelenia's honor. If she was indeed created from my memories, even if I cannot fight, I may be able to offer you counsel. So please, lend me your strength and end this farce.
He's watching.
Ah, there it is.
Exactly, that's what he was waiting for.
Zelenia Triantaphili, Royal Knight of Alexandria, and sworn blade of Her Majesty the Queen. Upon my blade, I swear, no harm shall come to Her Highness.
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
Feel the sting of my divine blade!
I know this technique. You must keep moving. Should be recreated so faithfully.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria! Heavens roar! Fall!
Zelenia was capable of much, much more.
I will show you the soul of a royal knight! For the honor and glory of Alexandria, I strike! No more games!
Quickly! Away from the sigils!
sigils channel magic! Be on your guard!
You've no time even to fear my wrath!
You must brace for blade and magic both!
Have at you! Taste my steel!
And yet...
I have pledged my life to the kingdom. My resolve shall never waver. I am sworn to protect my queen!
Oh, this fight is so good.
Die before I yield!
Do I like intercept it or something?
That's right. Zelenia was always there to protect me.
terrifying.
My steel! Rage and royal! Forgive me, my queen. I have failed you.
Did you get what you needed?
Unfortunately, probably.
I did. Though these figures will complicate matters.
Is that so? Well, if we are done here, then I shall end the transmission. Hold it! If you have no scruples about thus defiling the memories of Zelenia, then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye. You are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
But they don't need the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner.
Exactly.
It is a waste of time and effort. But since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key.
Comes back to the point I made earlier.
Why do you so oppose our objective?
He doesn't want to necessarily kill all these people because he views it as a waste, but in order to further his goal, if he must, he will.
With the key, we will be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless. We could give this chance to evolve not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well.
Wait, they are the
I
Ninth?
see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know you're the Ninth? I swear to God, if you...
Oh, don't tell me you thought you were the only ones who knew. That is the height of hubris. Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course. Ultimately, what you think is immaterial. For the seeds we've sown have already quickened.
The fighting between the
The
Alexandrians.
people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calyx.
As a token of gratitude for consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
What? Why would he? Zelenia was kind, but she could be stern, a pillar of strength when I ascended the throne in troubled times. Not only did she protect me, she also buoyed my spirit whenever it threatened to buck under the pressures of my station. By preserving her memory and honor, you've done more for me than you can know. Thank you, Christina.
Zelenia, it pains me to think that you're gone too.
Aha! Oh, we found you at last.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
Then preservation's objective is indeed what Calyx claimed. But for them to know about the source and the shards, and to refer to theirs as the ninth, that raises some questions.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us?
So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
This tiara, it was hers, the Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
It's a type of regulator, I believe. It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's memories. Calyx likely used it to create the simulant. Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants. Strange that he would abandon it, though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memories. In any case, not much information of import appears to remain on this terminal. But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
This contains the memories of another me. A tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
It would be for the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No objections from me. All right, I'm finished. Let's head to the library, and then back outside.
Farewell, Selenia.
Oh right, forgot to read. Heronvale. I see, knowing you, I expect you already moved forward to the next obvious trap. Try not to overdo. I'm in the outskirts at the moment. I've been helping people with their work, and I'm talking to those I meet to gauge their sentiment. Following recent events, some people here stopped wearing regulars. This has led to disparity in what people remember about the Queen stuff and an occasional episode of confusion. Be sure to let you know if there's any other changes. Yes, hello, Krizina. Free to call me out the blue. Is something wrong? What? You went all the way to bomb Everkeep and you didn't think to ask me to come? Sigh, but I suppose I've been fairly busy myself. Pleased to say that we've received permission to begin administering the cure for love and sickness to citizens. You've met them before with Lamenti. I believe the two of you should attend as well if you have time. Excellent timing, my friend. I had a mind to call you to see how you're doing myself. Calyx, while something was obviously afoot, I couldn't have imagined that such an individual would have been involved. It is well you're able to prevent the simulant from sowing further uncertainty. That said, her absence may have consequences. The people of Alexandria still have great trust in Spain. It is plain in the way they speak of her even now, and how this someone was able to win them over. When they notice she has ceased to appear again, rumor and worry will spread. We must be mindful of any pronounced shift in the mood of the populace. Yeah, death. Forgive me, it's been a battle after battle for Yezza. We can handle ourselves for now, so pray rest up. If it isn't Krasina, is something the matter? So preservation is behind the recent intrigue. It doesn't surprise me. I'm glad to hear you're none the worse for your trials, though. As for myself, I just concluded a meeting with Gulson. I told him about the cure for Levin's sickness, and we formed a tentative plan to treat all those who are stricken. I'm now otherwise unoccupied, so I shall take a look around the government sector to see if aught is amiss. And if this Calyx is such with the key, then I ought to begin studying it in earnest as well. One second. I heard Alize yelling. Hopefully everything is alright. Yeah, he's gonna turn this whole place into a giant civil war. That's what I think. Alright, rating. They've finished treating Milos? Then we'll have to go and visit him. Would I mind if I accompanied you? I understand he's afflicted with the self-same condition as I was, and I cannot help but worry for him. Of course, we wouldn't mind at all. In the meantime, I shall take myself around Social 9 and see how things are. I was out and about trying to pick up Calix's trail. I'll see if I can dig up some information about the Keefer Y'shtola as well. I'll help you. It seems we all have things to do, so there's no telling what else Calix might have planned, so please be careful, everyone. Alright. Let's go to Milo's apartment. It's residential, not a radius 9 through 14 if I recall correctly. Aww. Oh my gosh, all the people are coming. Oh, thank God. I designed you well, building. Of course, the one. Let me just walk in here. Hello, you came here before with Queen Speen. I'm glad you came again. I believe you'll be fine now, but just for good measure, I'll administer a healing spell.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an endless. Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore.
You feel different now?
Thanks to Alizé, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life. And I want to be there with him every step of the way. To grow old with him as his mother, and not something else.
Damn.
That should do it. You're doing well, I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alice.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret. It'll get easier to speak with time. That said, we can't rule out the possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects.
So when does the explosion start?
Lightning. Does that include regulators?
It does. I understand if it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for so long, though, so it's entirely up to you.
No. For Milos' sake, I will do it. And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome.
You two would be more than welcome in Tulihiola.
It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
I'm happy. I can talk again. Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy. That I like it when she strokes my hair.
Your mother is happy to talk to you as well, I'm sure.
Queen Sphene always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me. Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time, I'll go and visit you.
Oh.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Please come back soon. You too, miss.
So when did the explosions start?
It's good to see Milos doing so well.
The Endless Me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real. And it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria. In the name of his evolution, Calyx has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path. No, I shall forge ahead on a path of my own, one that honors the memory of my other self.
The one who wanted but couldn't. Oh shit. Milos is a kind and brave boy. It did me well to see him. One day I hope I can speak with him about my other self. Come. let's return to the back room, and on the way, let's pick up treats for our friends. They'll get to show our appreciation for their hard work. So this is when the explosions start.
Citizens of Alexandria, please be advised. The distribution
Right,
of
see, there's gonna be a riot now,
has concluded.
because she stirred them all up about death and everything like that. And every single person we talked to about death, even if they accepted those things, talked about their insecurities, their frustrations, their feelings, how it made them uneasy, they didn't know what to do. Limited amounts of neo-regulators, it's gonna cause riots.
We ask that all recipients equip their regulators and promptly complete device registration. The evolution of our kind is at hand. Together we shall rise above death and bask in the infinite possibilities of eternal life.
What is this?
Nothing good.
Evolution? What evolution?
Those with neo-regulators will become endless, apparently.
You mean there's no more? Well, don't you feel lucky?
Don't look at me like that. Queen's Fiend said there were only so many.
Sow the seeds.
I haven't registered mine yet. The more I thought about it, the more unsure I felt about becoming an Endless.
Well, I registered right away. Anything to stop those terrible nightmares of being killed by mechanical soldiers.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened.
She realizes it too.
The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. I see. The terror of their first encounter with death still lingers in their hearts. Having previously been spared even the idea of it, they know not how to handle the emotions.
The funeral was meant to give everyone the chance to come to terms with loss, to grieve and move forward together. But everyone who was wearing a regulator had their memories of that moment erased. And to see those oblivious, happy souls, those who remembered must have wondered if it might not be better to be like them, to go back to a time when death didn't exist.
And now they've been presented with the chance to do just that by becoming an Endless. It's not hard to see why they would consider it.
If this fear of death continues to spread among the people, what will become of Alexandria?
Civil War.
The gifts for our friends will have to wait. We should return to the back room at once.
Oh, you're safe. That broadcast had us worried. The entire populace is on edge.
So Alphino and the others are still out there.
We have a situation on our hands.
Oh, no!
Wayakwe is on the scene and reports that the problem unit has been subdued by another sentry.
Mechanical soldier.
Only
only someone with the King of Resolve's authority could order a soldier to do that.
Not good. I tried to check the status of the authority but was blocked from the core system. Given recent developments, I'd wager that Calyx is responsible for this.
Perhaps we should go and see for ourselves.
It's me. There's been an incident in the outskirts. A mechanical soldier attacked a local resident, for no apparent reason. Fortunately, several nearby hunters dealt with the rogue machine, so everyone is safe. But if other soldiers were to... Wait. Is that... Oh gods.
What?
More hostile sentries are bound for the settlement. I'll try to lure them away and then lose them somehow.
Ill tidings, I take it.
In the outskirts, too?
You'll go and help Erenville, won't you? We couldn't forgive ourselves if he came to harm. I'll have Geo join you from Earth and Sky.
I'm coming too. I can't stay here while my people are in danger.
Let's go.
Oh, this is not good. Down, but I still necessary to see no sign of Erenville. Let's split up and look for him. Google Ja, Spain, please search the settlement area. Great. Meanwhile, the rest of us who can defend ourselves will head further up. went to help us. I went to help us rather out of my death. We're lucky you found us when you did. Aaron Vale, I'm so glad you're safe. We were quite worried when we couldn't find you. We encountered soldiers on the way here. Most paid us no mind, but some turned out to be hostile. There's no way to tell until they set on you. The ones here also attacked Firehorn. If I hadn't been paying attention, it could have ended badly. Hopefully the others were able to escape. We should return to Asgard and take stock. Like Guloja might have been behind the attacks. They knew that he would never make the soldiers do the harm. Even so, he feels responsible for the machine's actions. 'Tis a misplaced burden, afraid it drives him not to despair. Thank you, Krazina, for protecting me. But you shouldn't have had to. None of this would have happened if I could control the soldiers. I responded to Shale's call as quickly as I could. Others are out keeping an eye on shoulders nearby. Malsite, I did not expect to see you again so soon. Allow me to thank you again for your earlier help.
Right. We're none the worse for the wear. But let's see what the situation is here.
Geode and his people came and joined us while we were searching for you. After which we happened to encounter Malachite. His usher duties brought him here, and he has quite the story to tell.
It's a bit puzzling, to say the least. Even so, I'll try my best to explain. I was called to attend to the unfortunate soul slain by the mechanical soldier. Yet, when I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered.
What?
Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it.
How odd. Did they remember the victim at least?
They did. Their memories of the deceased weren't sent to the cloud, I don't believe. Yet, no body remained.
If someone took it, surely they would have been noticed.
With your permission, I shall return to the government sector for now. Please take care.
I don't understand this.
This is terrible. Why would they make the soldiers do this?
If preservation is behind the attacks, I fear this won't be the end of it.
All the Neo-regulators have been distributed, and potentially 5,000 Endless are about to be born. What does Calyx hope to achieve with these killings?
Stir up the people, make people feel afraid, uncertain about their future, jealous of each other, then start killing people and incite unrest, so now everyone starts fighting each other.
Does he seek to frighten people into registering them? Or perhaps...
Here we go. Alpha now?
Oh, thank the 12 you answered. Shale told me what happened. Is everything all right? I see. 'Tis a relief to hear that Erenville is safe. Alas, I do not have good news to share in return. A driver lost control of his vehicle when its interface became unresponsive, and it crashed into the Nexus arcade.
Of course.
Injuring several people. Kryl and I are helping to render aid, but with the sentries behaving strangely, we can't afford to lower our guard. Remain vigilant, my friend.
I don't like this. Do not like this.
I just received word from the backroom. A hover cargo on TrueView threw off its driver, and it's rampaging through the area as we speak.
Alphino had a similarly troubling report for me. Apparently, a riderless machine in the government. It proceeded to mow down several citizens, causing serious injuries.
This is a tragedy. We must go and help the people.
Sphene, wait! I'm coming with you!
Alphino is with Y'shtola, and he said they'll be all right. I'll go and see if other incidents have occurred elsewhere. From here, I'll head towards the quarry by way of the Drift Downs.
Certainly a lot of hover cargoes coming and going in those parts.
I shall remain here and speak further with the locals. I have company now, so you needn't worry about me.
Kafkiwa would kill us anyways.
If we hurry, we can catch up to Lamachi and Sphene.
And here we go. There's the explosions.
Sphene's gone ahead. I leave her with you.
Second time we've entered. First time we have the reversey where we show her around. Now we have the reversey where we're following her through a war-torn arcading or solution, huh? Oh, here we go.
Bloody things have gone mad.
Oh god.
Surely there's a finite number of these things.
Everyone, please try to remain calm and make your way to resolution. This is just like before, when Zerhoja unleashed the soldiers on us. I don't have any souls left. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Are you all...
No! No! Why did you do that? Why? You can't just leave me alone like this! If we had been endless then, you'd still be here. You'd still be with me. But now...
Oh, here we go.
Are you all right?
So many hurt. So many dead. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
I think 12 of you are all unharmed. It's a small solace to miss this strategy, however. The machine rampages have only been temporary. Soldiers and their vehicles alike ceased to operate all at once, as if they fulfilled their purpose. It's the same outside Everkeep, though members of Oblivion are keeping watch for good measure. The first attacks came shortly after the announcement that Neo-Regulators had run out. It can't have been a coincidence. I struggle to imagine that anyone at Calyx could gain control of the soldiers. This must have served his ends in some way. Gulja, are you still without your authority? It's fine now, I'm in control again. I might take the opportunity to shut down the machines. There's no guarantee this won't happen again. Lemon just talked to Everkeep's administrators about that. They said it wasn't so simple. Mechanical soldiers don't only serve as guards, they also perform various vital tasks like providing medical treatment and managing food production. If we shut them down, we'll struggle to render aid to the citizens, let alone restore their lives to normal. I made it so they can't use weapons anymore, though. Hopefully that makes it a little safer. That seems the best approach for now. Thank you for your swift action, Guloja. This powerlessness, I can abide it no longer. No matter how much hardship and loss we can endure if there is but happiness at the end. Yet all I see now is suffering and misery. And I cannot bear it. I want to protect the people for their happiness. I would do anything and everything. Anything and everything. So please, lend me your aid. Oh, Speen. You found the words I wish I had said to you. I wish you'd said... Oh, Speen, you found the words I wish you'd said back then. Our strength is yours, Speen. Together, we'll get through this. Let's split up and get to work. Might trouble you to report to Shell, my friend. Malachi and his fellows are tending to the deceased. His trauma must make the work difficult, but he's determined to do what he can. It pains me that people were made to suffer even more after so much hardship and tragedy, but you and yours saved many lives. I cannot thank you enough. Couriers and cleaners will clean away the wrecks of vehicles and soldiers. It's the first step to getting things back to normal. It's been a trying day, but it seems the worst is behind us. What's the situation out there now? You've moved quickly to restore things to normal. Thank you. Yet while disarming the soldiers is indeed prudent, it's far from comprehensive measure when vehicles can be commandeered to inflict damage and sow chaos. For the time being, I'll set our people to keeping a close watch on machines. I also have in mind to consult the authorities about enlisting hunters to our aid. I must regain my proficiency in magic. To that end, I shall seek advice from Y'shtola and Alizé. Among the books we recovered from the castle is a grimoire I once used. I'll have to use it to learn to wield it again at everyone's side. As for the key, I think it best remains in your kit, though it means you won't bear the greatest risk. In order to ease your burden, I shall endeavor to become a capable warrior and make Otis and Zelena proud. Yeah, I was right!
By illness weakened, by wounds unmade, by age decayed. Such fragile flesh is worthless to us. How mankind should evolve, shall evolve. I have already arrived at the answer.
You gonna make everyone the Asians?
The time is come to pose a new question.
Shit. Whoo. Well, that's 7.2. Goodbye, everyone.